Hello, welcome to Out of the Basement, Officia Tempere for Warhammer 40k. Basically, this is going to be a video series we're going to do alongside of our normal, reviews and Star Wars and Warhammer 40k stuff. We're doing more. This one is just, we're just going to do something for Warhammer 40k per se, random ideas. It's going to be talking about the fluff, the Horus Heresy novels, all of their novels, the actual rules, 8th edition changes. We're going to be doing battle reports, talking to people who do painting or 3D printing, making their own terrain in that. Like I said, we're going to try a bunch of different videos of different things, but it's going to be, again, random because we're not too sure what we're going to be talking about at what point in time, and just throwing it out there. I also like to give a shout out to Freebooters League and Warhammer 40k Radio, because they've helped us out for doing some of the streaming and that. So really appreciate it, guys. Devram is not here right now; he's on holidays, so it's mostly just me right now for the first video, I guess, to talk about. I'm just gonna say, like, I always enjoyed Warhammer 40k. I haven't been in it as long as a gaming person as a lot of other people have, but I've read a lot of the novels are what got me interested in it more than anything else. I've always done some, like different types of war gamings and role-playing games, which is still what I prefer overall to board games or war games. I do like the Warhammer 40k rules. They've been around long enough that they will do the changes. Now, as a personal gamer point of view, sometimes I don't like when companies do new editions just to try and sell different types of products or to reinvigorate their line. But from a business point of view, I understand why they do it. Games Workshop's had to do these sort of things to get new people in and try and just stay, new and fresh. So I don't mind. It's fun that they do this. They introduce new Marines. Like there's the special the 30th edition Space Marine that came out last year. I actually have one. Well, my friend Jace has it, but that's technically mine. I just played with it. The other one is the new Primaris Marines. Now that's what I'm going to talk more about today, just because I saw some videos talking about it from one guy. Get my glasses here because I'm blind without it. I'm probably mispronouncing this. Put a link to him. Cureth TV. I apologize for that if I mispronounced it, which I'm sure I did. This is partial like a video commentary on his video as well as my own thoughts. The Warhammer 40k universe is well defined and it keeps changing. Now, people don't remember, but when it first was coming out with Rogue Trader and stuff like that, there was a lot of candy fluff. It was like cheesiness. There's a lot of cheese in there, which has changed and they've redefined it. And again, there's been retcon stuff, which is fine because go back and read 3rd edition and Rogue Trader. There's a lot of cheese in there. The newer editions are much better. It's clean, it's crisp. They have hopefully a long-term plan. But I mean that can change because of the company, and if they need to make some changes drastically, they have no choice. The Primaris project, though, is where it gets interesting for the fluff, not the game mechanics. The game mechanics are actually interesting for introducing a new type of Marine that's tougher and all this sort of stuff. So I have no problem with that. Making you buy new figs is sort of, well, whatever, but they've been doing that for a long time. The Terminators, Dreadnoughts, different types of this. It's there. Don't complain. It's part of the whole thing. This is why people do it. It's cool to have new miniatures, new figs to paint and everything. So there's no problem there. I go down to the fluff, the storylines. So 10,000 years ago, after the end of the Horus Heresy, Gleason comes up with his codex and a new plan for everything. And then he takes this fabricator guy from Mars and says, "Hey, I got a special project for you. No one else is going to know about it. Not even the Inquisition, the High Lords of Terra, anyone. But you got pretty much carte blanche to do stuff. Find special tech. Do whatever you need to. We need new types of Marines." Then he dies. Well, assassinated. The guy who does the work, he builds it up. He does all the work for 10,000 years. Never once going, "Hey, since Gleason's dead, maybe I should let people know I'm working on this project." because the guy's dead. So maybe I should let someone know about it. That, hey, by the way, I've got better Marines, especially when all the bleeding's going on and Abaddon with his Black Crusades and everything. Maybe it'd be nice, and hell, with the Orc Wogs coming out again, and the Necrons, and the Tyranids, all this shit happening to the Imperium. Maybe it'd be a good idea just to say, hey, by the way, guys, I've got new types of Marines that are tougher and bigger and better. Would you like to use some of them? Maybe. Just putting it out there. But he doesn't. So 10,000 years later, Gleason wakes up again in a weird convenience way, which is that's something else. Other people have talked about it. He comes back, goes to Terra, goes to Mars, sees his buddy, goes, hey, what do you got for me? I got these great Marines sitting here and some new cool kit and rhinos and hover tanks and all longer, better weapons, which they've been sitting here. But I got a lot of really better weapons that you probably want. You guys probably could have used in the last 10,000 years, but whatever. We're good now, right? Yeah, got them. So Gleason's like, okay, great, the new Primaris project. Here's these new Marines that'll be introduced to all the chapters all across the way. You're now going to accept these. Wait. See, now this is where, again, storyline, fluff, game mechanics aren't quite meshing too well. Here's why. Never mind, I'm not going to get onto the successor chapters, all the other chapters out there. That would go through everything. I'm just going to talk about the main loyalist ones that are left and their reactions, which should be happening. Now, Ultramarines, of course, hey, our Primax back. He says he's got new Marines for us. We're good, because we're Ultramarines. We follow the orders. We go with our Primar. No problem. Salamanders, again, I can see the Salamanders going through and accepting it and going, yes, this is good. We have no problem using them. Let's use these guys. The Imperial Fists, again, I don't see a problem with them going, yeah, bring the new types of Marines in. If they can help us out, they got better equipment, everything. We can use them, no problems. Part of the little note here is, how do they get ancient and vulnerable Primaris? I guess they've been doing war. I haven't read all the fluff, so I can't say, but I guess they've been secretly doing wars and other stuff to build up experience and get good at it. I don't know. So anyways, Imperial Fist, yes, I can see them. So I just really need to read the last few chapters because I know I'm old. I can't remember everything. So, but I have no problem with them. The Raven Guard, again, Raven Guard, I could see the Primaris, even they're bigger, so they may not be quite the stealth units that the Raven Guard would more likely use because they're bigger. But I don't see them having a problem with them being told these are new Marines you're going to be introducing into your chapter. That's fine. The where'd they go? Iron Hands. This is where it starts to go. Okay, well, the Iron Hands have their own little thing. They usually, the metal is stronger than the flesh. So part of their process is they give up left hand to have it become mechanical as part of the initiation rites of Zuo to become finally a Space Marine in the Iron Hand. Is you have to give up a hand and have it become biomechanical or mechanical or cybernetic or whatever you want to call it. They need to do that following their Primarch's steps. That's where they're like, okay, well, these Marines they're going to have this. They're going to have to give up part of their body to be accepted within us. And then we're okay with it, but they have to do this. Blood Angels, I don't see a problem again. Like, this is where there's going to be a little bit of a schism, though, because are they Blood Angels as the other Blood Angels with, Sanguinius's Black Rage in them, that they can have the rage and start to go completely psychotic? Again, I haven't read all the fluff on the new Primaris, but they should have this. If they're Blood Angels, that's what part of the Blood Angels is the Red Thirst and the Black Rage. Like, that's part of their makeup. So the Primaris Space Marines need to have this as well to be a Blood Angel. If not, they're they're not really that part of that chapter, or the successor chapters are just Space Marines, generic Mark A1. Well, okay, better, but no changes. Now we start to get to some of the more interesting ones. Okay, and White Scars. I don't know enough of the White Scars to be able to say yay or nay, but their makeup is definitely like a tribal Mongol sort of tribesman mentality, that they have to go through the whole rites and this and that to be accepted, to understand the tribal mentality first. Like the tribe connections is very important to them. So that's again, I'm not sure how they'll accept the new Primaris ones, just because, hey, we got these new guys. Again, I'll have to see. I'd like to see more novels doing the fluff of those, to be able to get a better idea of how they're supposed to introduce these Marines to ones like the White Scars. Okay, now we start to get to some more ones. Like, okay, now we're getting down there. Space Wolves. Space Wolves. Space Wolves who've been on the edge of, being kicked out by the Inquisition multiple times, who've actually fought Inquisition for not liking the way they see the history of mankind going through the Imperium. So they already had issues with the Inquisition and other ones. They never liked. They didn't fully follow the Codex to start with. They've been on their own, and they're like, oh well, our Primaris City is going to come back at the end of days. So you're back. So when our guy comes back, he can tell us what's going to happen with these new types of Marines, because they're not. And once again, I don't know how the Marines are made, but if they're not from Fenris, you're not, because Space Wolves is what the Imperials call them. They don't call themselves that. And if you're not from Fenris, you ain't one of them, and you ain't the Brotherhood, and you're not a Space Wolf. That's all there is to it. Now we get to the fun one, the Dark Angels. I do not see the Dark Angels in any way accepting a Primaris Marine in them, let alone a librarian. These guys have secrets beyond secrets. Their recruits and operatives don't have any clue of the secret that they've been hiding from the Imperium, let alone their own chapter or successor chapters. So only the top people know that the Dark Angels had a massive civil war with almost half the people going towards Horus, and that's what caused Caliban to be destroyed. Was this war? Now you've got captains coming from outside that are supposed to, just take over areas of the chapter. Hell no. No. Besides, Lionel's still alive in the cave. They got Luther in the cave, gibbering away. They are not going to let Girly Men go, yeah, by the way, here's some new Marines for you and some new librarians just to throw in. No, fuck you. We're not taking it. Our Supreme Commander is still Lionel Johnson. We're not following your orders. We're not going to let these new Marines in and have a chance of learning the secret that we don't want that we've held for 10,000 years and don't want anyone to know, because we're also certain if you found out half our chapter, half our legion went with Horus, you would want to enact some vengeance upon us. Probably not, all things considered, but the fact that they've held it secret for so long will make Girleman upset, and especially the High Lords of Terror and the Inquisition, and so they know. The Dark Angels know they can't let this information out anymore. They've held it secret too long. It's tied into them now. They will implode if this information gets out. So I do not see in any way, I don't care how they try to manipulate it to say, well, the Primaris Marines are made with genetic code of the Marines, they got the gene seed and all that. It's actually still part of the makeup. No, the Dark Angels will not want any outsiders in them. And that's it. They're not going to let, oh, here's a Primaris captain and a Primaris librarian. Let's bring them to the Deathwing or the Raven Guard. No. No. He's no. Sorry, fuck off. We'll send him to the scouts and let him get killed, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. But sorry, that's my point of view. Please share comments and other stuff on you as well. And I said I'll link to the Curious TV. I mispronounced it, I know. But that his is the one I saw today that got me going to talk about the Primaris today. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, we're going to be doing more, and they'll cover a whole range of stuff. We'll be doing interviews with people and game reviews and stuff. So today is Sunday, July the 16th. It's beautiful sunny weather today, and I'm in Ottawa, and I have a beer waiting for me now. So thank you very much, and have a good evening.